What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have another slider video for you guys, and it is finally here. You guys have been asking me for it in all of my comments about sliders, and I know I had it last year and we had it the year before, but I didn't have it yet, and now it is back. That is the Baker sliders. Coach Baker from my RFL days, and well, now my current days, because I am back with the RFL if you've not known, has returned with his slider sets. We're actually going to be using them in the RFL as well, so it's going to be a pretty good season, I think. You guys know he has some crazy sliders, but they always seem to work really good. So I'm excited to share these with you guys. I already have them plugged into the Panthers franchise, and I'm really looking forward to getting back into that franchise heavy because I had my own sliders. I put them out for you guys, but Baker he just has a way of making them that I can't copy right now. I can't do the same thing, you know. So I'm glad that they're back. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So first, we're going to start off right here on the main menu because you have to, of course, set them in the main menu, save them, import them in the franchise, and then you import them there. So we're going to go through the process. I'm going to show you exactly what I do. So of course, we're going to go down to the settings, and I'm going to show you all the sliders that I'm using and also the franchise settings as well. Again, just in case maybe you haven't seen the videos before and you're new here, you can see exactly what I run on my franchise. Again, these specific sliders and my settings are designed for CPU versus CPU. If you are trying to use these sliders for playing the game, user versus CPU or user versus user, I do not and will not stand behind these working for you. Maybe they do, but if they do, it was not intended. And I'm just glad they could help you. But this is for, again, CPU versus CPU only. Let's get into it. So first thing you'll notice, I'm down to Pro. Yes, these sliders call for Pro setting. We have up to 14-minute quarters, and we have a 12-second runoff clock. The Pro, from what I understand and what I've always believed, has been like the base of the game, right? Anytime you go above that Pro setting, you go to All Pro, All Madden, that's when the game starts to sort of work against you, if you will. I don't mean to make it sound so negative, but it's true. Like, they try to make it more difficult, whereas Pro, it just seems like this is the base. Rookie is where they make it easier. So Pro right here for these settings, 14 minutes, 12 seconds. This stuff, I don't have much of a, I mean, this is your own prerogative how you set it to. I have placement for the passing mechanic, so it's placement and accuracy. And then I have the 7 reticle speed. I'm not sure if that's really matters or not, but a lot of you always ask me every time I pull a slider, so I've made it a point to include it in every video going forward. I do have heat seeker off. I don't think that these sliders need this, but it's what I have right now. So do with that what you will. And now we can see the first set of sliders, and that is the injuries. Injuries are going to be 25. Yes, they are higher. Yes, you will deal with injuries. We're hoping that doing this will allow you to actually use your roster, actually have an injury report from week to week. So if you don't like this, I don't see an issue with you dropping this down. If you think there's too many, this isn't going to change the way the game is played, I don't believe. So feel free to change it if you want, but this is what we're rocking with. Fatigue is set to 65 to try and get those players in and out of the field and try to get the backups in a little bit. Player speed parity scale, or the speed threshold, is down to 10. The reason for that is it's going to make a bigger reason for you to have your players that have speed. It's going to make that actually a good thing again. It's not going to be where every player is the same. And you know, you can get tracked down by a linebacker. We're bringing it all the way down. We're letting the actual speed ratings matter in the game again. And the physics-based tackle system, 95. Yes, it's a very big number. And it's a very inflated number, but it will make sense when you see the rest of the sliders. So let's not waste any more time. Again, this is for CPU versus CPU. There are no player skill settings here. This is all default. And there's been back and forth. There's been thought. I do not believe that these matter whatsoever if you do not have controller input in the game. So I don't have anything included here, and I have not seen anything that would indicate I need to. Computer skill, quarterback accuracy 20, pass blocking 35, wide receiver catching 50, run blocking 65, ball security 25. This really opens up things for fumbles. I've watched quite a few games with these settings so far. I've really liked what I've seen. I've seen good throws, bad throws, interceptions, crazy plays being made, and of course fumbles. Reaction time is at 65, interceptions at 30, pass coverage at 35. Tackling, this is where the physics comes into play, is also at 95. So the reason that they're both so just astronomically crazy, is that way you get the physics portion of it from the physics-based tackling, right? Where the running backs can make moves, they can break tackles and do these things, but it doesn't overcompensate to where your guys in the secondary or where your linebackers can't make a tackle. Juice that up to 95, so now both tackling is good, but the running backs also have the unlocked abilities to be able to make more plays and break more tackles with the physics-based system. This one is set to default with Baker sliders. I am keeping 60 and 40 for my field goal settings and accuracy. And I'm also going to have punt accuracy at 55 because I like seeing better field goal positioning for the game. So I'm going to try it out. If anything, I might drop punt accuracy down to 50 again. But for Baker settings, these are all default at 50. So once you have them saved, you are going to load up your franchise, go into your settings, and you're going to go right down the list. So you're going to go into your league settings, you're going to adjust the things that are in there. But the most important one is your gameplay sliders. When you are uploading a new slider set, what you want to do is hit this square button down at the bottom, hit reset, and then you want to import the ones that you have. And now once you load this in, make sure that things carry over, because I just had to go through and reset my special teams and my penalty sliders from what I had saved from the main menu. I'm not sure why it didn't automatically import, but it didn't. So just make sure that it does that and you should be good to go. And now I did a video on this separately, but I figured I'll just show it in this video as well, just so you guys are aware. My XP sliders that I'm using. This is for any progression that you're gonna have with your players. I'm just gonna go down the list. I'm not gonna go into it a huge explanation of this because otherwise we'll be here for another 10 minutes and I don't think you guys want that. So I have designed this to try and maximize younger players getting better quicker, especially if they're 20, 21, 22. And I have also tried to maximize older players getting much worse, much faster, and stop taking all of the roster spots away from the younger players. I also did position by position. You know, quarterbacks shouldn't regress as bad, but also you should have older players, even if they are quarterbacks, still regressing and getting off your team. So again, you can check out my video on this. It's my Madden 25 XP sliders if you want a more in-depth breakdown of it. But otherwise, just pause away as I'm scrolling up and down here, and you guys can copy these into your own file if you want and check them out. Otherwise, I know that there's some other ones out there, especially Mr. Hurricane. He did one a couple of years ago, and I still think that one holds pretty much a good weight at this point still. Madden doesn't change enough for those to be obsolete at this point. So those are the settings that I'm using right now. Again, just to make sure I get this across, because people will still ask me about what these are for. CPU versus CPU and nothing else. Okay, these sliders are built to not play the game and to sit back and watch in super sim slow and go till the end of the game. If you're looking for those kind of sliders, I'm sorry, that's not what I do here. However, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I am back with the RFL, and that is true. And what that means is I'm going to be doing a lot more work over there as well on this channel. So it's going to be a little bit of a transition period for me. But if you are not familiar with what the RFL is, it is the Relocation Football League. It is an amazing league. It's like a whole NFL world within its own world in Madden. 32 teams, a whole different plethora of players with their own backstories. We have discords, we have players that join up, we have coaches that handle the team stuff. It's a great experience. If you guys are not already familiar with it, I would very highly recommend that you go and check it out. I have it pinned at the bottom of my homepage under my featured channels, and you can find me over there. I'm going to be doing some commentary for them, and also I'll be doing some podcast stuff and whatnot. I handle a team called the Columbus Explorers, which I will introduce you guys to soon. I do have a video planned for that as well. So as for this video, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are enjoying these sliders, let me know down below. Also, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that bell notification. I'll see you guys next time.